Hello, welcome to another video. I think, oh dear, part 11, part 12, I can't remember. I'm going to say part 11. I've written down part 11, so hopefully we're there. To creating a FPS or a first-person shooter or just a first-person game. Obviously, everything you are learning within these tutorials, you can manipulate and change yourself. This is why it's just a very kind of light gloss over, and I'm not going right into specifics of our game. So let's have a look what we did last week. We did implement our animations, which was very exciting, and we can have a look once this game sorts itself out. There we go. Let's go over here, and then so as we can see, that what I do need to fix is that number one, he floats a little bit, and number two, he's got this very sliding, so we want to fix the sliding. And also, if you notice, when he just died, he just vanished, so we want to sort out his death animation as well. So instead of creating another video where you're watching me download animations, I've already done this, and I've downloaded, as you can see, this one here. I downloaded this fella, and it looks like he's been shot anyway. So I downloaded that without skin, so I just got the animation. So very, very happy with that. So, and then I put this back into Unity, and I have a Y-bot falling back death animation. I am going to change this type back to humanoid, and then I need to define an avatar for this, and it's one I've already created earlier, and then we can find this, and it should be, oops, let's have a click on that Y-bot, there we go, that Y-bot idle, click onto him. Lovely. I don't think we created another one. I think it is definitely the one. And then we'll just click apply. Lovely. That's all in there. So this should work nicely with the rest of the animations that we have. I don't need to put it into loop because I don't want him to continuously die. It's not death loop. We just want him to die once, and that's it. So then I'm just going to double check that the animator in here is the Y-bot idle. It is, there we go, fantastic. So all of the animations should work with that. So let's sort out this sliding, isn't it? This sliding is a bit of an issue. So there's two ways we can edit this. We can look at the speed on here on our navmesh agent, and that may be the thing that's doing it. So this is currently 3.5. I am going to change that down to like 1.5. And to see how that, if that works a bit better for me. Let's have a look. And again, this is trial and error. You're going to have to do this with your own characters as well, because your animations are going to be different. Or either or, we can slow down the actual animation itself as well. So let's have a look, see if this works a little bit better. Oh, it does. Yeah, that's a lot better. I might speed up that animation just a tiny bit of slide. So he jumps up there. I don't know if his attack animation might be a bit funny, but it's all working at the moment. So we definitely need some death animations in there as well, don't we? So I'm a bit happy with that. Let's have a look. So walking animation is currently a speed at 1. Then we speed that animation up. We can double that to 2. And let's have a look at what that does. So just so you know, you can now have a look on where I've gone and make sure that does look a bit better actually. I'm worried about this punching animation though. I might just swap to shotgun. Oh no, it's just because he's collided on something a bit weird. Okay, and now you're going to try and punch. There you go, he's punching me, bang, bang, he should be dead for 2. Cool, lovely. So that's working all nice and fine. I'm just making sure that my health has gone down as well. My health is currently at 20 hit points. So once I reset that, should go back to 100. Lovely, fantastic. So that is all working fine. So you'll either go to your navmesh agent to change your speed. I've changed my speed there, or go to your walking speed animation and change that, and I've got that and fixed that fine. That looks okay. Just a little bit weird clipping on that little slidey bit here, but it's probably the collider, so I need to sort that out and make that collider a little bit thinner So it's actually wrapping around his body a lot more than, so we have a look at this. And let's have a look. I don't know, it could be the nav mesh as well. We could just tidy up this cylinder and tidy this up, probably, because as soon as he puts his arms out, this collider could be pushing out a little bit, so we might have to push it all in a bit. But again, it's just something that we're going to have to do and work on a little bit later. So once we've done that, we need to have a look at our enemy animator, and we were just on that, weren't we? So we need to create our death. So we've got our death animation, which is over here. So we can drag our death animation into our animator. So let's find that animation. There it is. And it was shooting might is probably to say falling back death, but that's fine. I might just rename this just to death, just so it's helps me out a little bit. Cool, lovely, fantastic. And you may see here we've got something called any state. So I'm going to drag any state down here, and any state it pretty much does exactly what it says on the tin, that any state we're in, whether it be idle, walking, or punch, we can die, obviously. So what we need to do is we need to right click on any state and create a transition to our death animation state. Oh, there we go, fantastic, cool. I might just stretch that out a bit more so we can see it nice and clearly. Awesome, there it is. Lovely, so once we've done that, we need to create a parameter for it. So what we're going to do again is we're going to create another trigger. So this will be triggered, and then we can call this die, just like that. Awesome. So now we've got that trigger, or that parameter trigger of die, what we can do is go on to, let's have a look, probably the any state, and so we're going to look at the transition. As exit time is off, fantastic, and let's create that condition of die. Lovely, fantastic. Oh, the animation is sort of sticking through the floor there. That's quite annoying. But he does die. We might need to sort out those animations, but hopefully they'll be okay. So once we've done that, we want our transition duration to be 0. So let's have a look at this, make sure it is. No, it's not. So let's put that at 0. So we don't want any, we want it to die instantly, not there be a little phase of all him thinking about dying. We want that death animation to come in automatically. Lovely. Okay, so and has exit time is unchecked, isn't it? Lovely. Cool. Brilliant. So let's quickly save our game there. So we need this to come in at any state. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to look at our enemy health script. So let's go to our scripts. There's enemy health. Let's double click on that. So what do we need to do first? Let's put that animation in, shall we? Let's get the animator going within it. So so let's say private animator, and again, just like before, I'm just going to call this enemy anim. It's just going to save a loads of time. Let's call that up within the start. So we need to say enemy anim equals get component. You should know all this by now, nice and easy. Animator brackets. There we go, fantastic. So we've got the animator in there, and at the moment, as we know, we've got our take damage of float damage. On damage taken, we're taking the damage away, and when we're at hit points at 0 or less than or equal to 0, we are going to destroy our game object. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to create a custom method. So it's nice and easy for you to understand and see, and also within that death you can add in what you like. So let's go die, and there we go. Whoa, not a dictionary entry. There we go. No. Let's start that again. So what is with this? Sometimes you want it to work, sometimes you don't. No, I just want it to go away. Go away. Click back on that. There we go. So we need to create that method. So let's quickly do that. So this method is going to be It's going to be private, I believe. Yeah, let's just say private. Yeah, it doesn't need to go anywhere else, does it? No, because we can just transfer the script. So private void die. There we go. Awesome. So once we've got that, what we can do is we can say enemy anim dot set trigger, and obviously we are going to call this die. Lovely, fantastic, cool. So let's test this scene out and see if our animation works. Let's let that compile. Cool, lovely. That's all compiled. And that took longer than I thought. Scary. Let's have a look. So, I might have to save this. It's going wicked slow. I'll switch to a shotgun because that's just a bit. So we go bang, bang, death. Okay, so he has. Oh, so he's still following us and still killing us while dead. So we're going to have to sort out that animation dying like that. That is very odd. So that's probably collider and mesh, nav mesh. That's all happening there. So let's have a look. So that's killing us. So we've got some issues there. And he kept following us first. So that means the nav mesh wasn't off. So it means we need to do. Firstly, we need to announce that our enemy is dead, and we can do this by doing this within our enemy health. So what we can do is create a new ball. So let's put it under here. Nice bit of space, so we can call this private ball. Make sure we spell private correctly. Not an else. Oh days. Private ball, and let's say is dead. Is dead, and obviously you don't start off dead, so we'll put that as false, and that's nice and easy to see. We can then say, let's just do it under here. Let's create a ball method because we're going to probably want this to go into our enemy AI and then turn everything off within our enemy AI because that's causing us damage to the player. So that needs to be probably public because it needs to be read by another script. So public ball, and we're going to write is dead, but this time with a capital I, just to make sure that works. So is dead. So we need to return this, don't we? So we need to say just return is dead. Semicolon. Lovely, fantastic. We then need to announce that within our die method as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to do that here. And what we can say is if is dead, well, what we can do is nice and easily return this. Return that like that. And once we've done that, we can then just confirm, just in case there is a problem, is dead is definitely true. Cool, right. So once we've done that, let's save that script. And now we've got this, we can utilize is dead within enemy AI and turn everything off in here because everything else in here we don't need. We don't need the nav mesh, we don't need anything to work, we just need our player to die. Not the player to die, the enemy to die. So to turn this all off, what we're going to do is let's call up, first things first, we're going to have to call up that enemy script, aren't we? So the enemy health script. So let's just stick that here, and we can say private, there we go, enemy health, and let's call this the enemy health. Let's call this enemy health. I don't think we've got anything else called that in here. Nope. Unless I've done anything. Nope. That's fine. No other references to it that's going to confuse it. It probably would have given me a red line, maybe. We've got enemy anim, the attack. No, that's cool. Okay, lovely. We haven't referenced it before. That's fine. I thought we may have had, but we're just within one of the methods, not as a main variable. That's okay. So once we've done that, we need to talk about this within our script as well. So this say enemy health equals get components. So we need to grab this script components, and we need to grab enemy health bracket semicolon. Lovely. So once we've got the enemy health script, we can say, if we put this right at the start of update, we can say if enemy health dot is dead, so that the method, what's going to happen? Well, we want to disable this script. So really easy, we can say enabled equals false. Lovely. Obviously this there's a component, or there's a navmesh agent component, as we can see here, agent. So we need to turn that off as well. So if we say agent equals false, I think that should. Why isn't that like that? Oh, because we haven't said dot enabled. There we go. Silly. Dot enabled. Lovely, fantastic. Let's save this, and hopefully we just need to figure out or mangle those animations, that death animation, so he dies properly. So save this again. Enemy health. Let's make sure this is saved as well. Let's check if this works. This should. Work. Cool. Let's clear that. Let's press play, and hopefully he doesn't follow us. I'm going to switch to my shotgun because that deals more of the damage. There we go. He's coming over. He's coming over. 1, 2, and there we go. He's dead. Set destination can only be called on an active agent that has been placed on a navmesh. That's because we've turned it off. Will that be an issue? If I am I turning off navmesh in the wrong way? Set destination can only be called on an active agent that has been placed on a navmesh. Not too worried about that error, because I'm guessing all I can think is let's duplicate this enemy. And this one, let's move him over. Because if it turns off all of the navmesh, it shouldn't turn them all off. But we can check by doing this. Let's have a look. Lovely. Switch that shotgun. Let's go over to this fella over here and see if the whole navmesh gets turned off. So he comes to follow us. That's good. 1, 2. He dies. Let's see if this other navmesh will then follow us. He should. Let's have a look. Aha, so it still works. That's cool. I'm not too worried then. So we can have as many enemies as you like. Bang, headshot, and bang, see you later. We just need to sort out that, the positioning of that death animation. Cool. No, I'm happy with that. Lovely. Well, the functionality of the game is working. Obviously, we've got some dodgy animations in there. Hopefully, you'll be able to. We can organise those and sort those out, or you can fix them yourselves. Lovely. I will see you in the next video where we're going to have a look at UI and obviously fixing that death animation as well. Cool. See you soon.